This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Our Loud Local Band of the Week this week is MTR Project. We've got our Loud and Local Band of the Week, MTR Project. You want to find out how you can get their music?
I'll get their new record out now, or out this month. I know a bunch of the singles are already out now, so you might want to just check your streaming services because Always a Way Out is a new record, and it's pretty dang cool. The songs that I've heard so far, badass.
All the info on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. And if you love local music, you're going to love Loud and Local. It's a show on Sunday nights. It starts at 8 o'clock because it's a show called Loud and Local. You get 2 hours of great Pacific Northwest music, bands like MTR Project.
Let's play Beat Mix.
I will beat anyone that calls in to play the game.
He's smarter than you. He'll make you look lame. 60 seconds on the clock. You're going down and I'm gonna rock. It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa, Beat Mix. You're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs, and we've made it. It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Oh, that Danny's jumping. Jump around.
Getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying.
Yes.
Fun. Looking forward to the weekend.
Happy Friday, everybody! Happy Friday and a happy PAX weekend. If you're going to the Penny Arcade Expo, it's happening this weekend. That's right, that is this weekend. Yeah, a bunch of nerds going out and doing stuff, so everyone going out there, have fun and stay safe. Happy Carrie Underwood weekend if you're going to Puyallup Fair this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Or the Washington State Fair, sorry.
Yeah, you can't call it that anymore.
My bad.
Even though it's still the Puyallup Fair in my heart and many other people as well. Yeah, the Puyallup.
To the Washington.
Yeah, it doesn't flow that far.
No, not as much, no.
Let's get to our contestant today. We got George in Bothell. George, are you there?
Yes.
Excellent.
How you doing?
Oh, and tonight's the
Hey,
Steve
George.
Miller Band.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Fly like an eagle with Steve Miller.
So how long do you think that'll last before somebody gets grumbly and crotchety and leaves?
Is that person named Steve Miller?
Maybe.
If so, I don't know. What an eclectic weekend when you're thinking of Steve Miller, then Carrie Underwood, then Salt and Pepper with Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Nice.
And then on Monday, the Beach Boys.
Wow. Wow. And I think there's only 2 of them left, right? 2 or 3 of them?
So there's still plural, at least at that point?
You think our boy's going to be there, Jesse?
Looking at the promo picture, no.
Jesse Katsopoulos, Jesse and the Rippers there, everybody.
He's busy with the Rippers.
Uncle Jesse. I miss Uncle Jesse and the Beach Boys.
And he has a crazy deadline to get an advertising jingle done with Uncle Joey as well. Yeah. That's due on Tuesday.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Make it.
Here's a Full House throwback right there.
Episode. I don't know if I want to see the Stameless Beach Boys. I don't know if I want to see that.
Well, then don't go, BJ.
Yeah,
what do you want from me?
All right, I won't go.
All right, Steve, speaking of going, get out of here. For those playing at home, George will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. George, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Shortly after the start of the Spanish-American War, the U.S. Navy blockaded what island?
Cuba?
Yes. The actress Zendaya competed on which dance reality show?
So you think you can dance?
No.
You got served.
No. The Game Boy Color was first introduced in what decade?
90s.
Yes. John Mayer had the hit song titled Your Body Is a What?
Wonderland.
Yes. What car manufacturer makes the Camaro and Traverse?
Chevy?
Yes. Which actor was in Major League and 2.5 Men?
Charlie Sheen.
Yes. Which European country does brie cheese originate from?
France.
Yes. George Clooney became a big star after starring in what 90s TV drama?
Back to Life.
No.
ER.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Correct.
All right, not bad.
That's
not bad.
a pretty good score right there.
That's it.
Thank you.
But it'll be close with Steve, I feel. Unless he's got that Friday feeling and he's already checked out, thinking about the great shows at the Washington State Fair.
I hope this doesn't hurt. George actually went a little deeper on one question and gave the second best answer for that question, and the first answer I think Steve's going to get.
Ah, okay.
I won't say more, but I was like, it's pretty cool that George knows that particular thing, but he should have known the other thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Steve, you're back. Are you ready?
Also this weekend, it's all out with AEW. CM Punk's first match taking on Seattle's own Darby Allin.
Really?
And rumor has it that Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson's going to be making his debut at All Elite Wrestling this weekend, too.
Whoa.
So it's exciting times, guys.
Steve's weekend is booked. Is that a possible name change, Steve? Is that what we're seeing? That Daniel Bryan's going to go by Bryan Danielson? Or has he always done that?
He'd have to go. He wouldn't be able to go by Daniel Bryan because WWE owns that, so he'll go back to his old indie name, which is his actual name, Bryan Danielson, I'd imagine.
Oh, wow.
Which would be
Okay.
pretty sweet. That'll be
all
cool.
Right.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Good weekend.
Now let's play the game. Shortly after the start of the Spanish-American War, the U.S. Navy blockaded what island?
Hawaii?
No.
A fantasy island.
No.
Fox Island?
No. The actress Zendaya competed on what dance reality show?
So you think you could dance?
No.
Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
That's it.
The Game Boy Color was first introduced in what decade?
The 90s.
Yes. John Mayer had the hit song titled Your Body Is What?
Temple?
No.
Sore?
No. Body is a sore?
Your body is sore.
Gross.
Wow. Wonderland.
Yes. Woo! What car manufacturer makes the Camaro and Traverse?
Chevy.
Yes. Which actor was in Major League and 2.5 Men?
Charlie Sheen.
Yes.
Winning.
Which European country does brie cheese originate from?
France.
Yes. George Clooney became a big star after starring in which 90s TV drama?
Facts of Life.
No.
Oh, ER.
Yes.
He was in the Facts of Life.
He was.
Yep.
The country of Tunisia is located on which continent?
Africa.
Yes. What year, the mid-90s, did Bob Ross pass away?
94.
No.
95.
Yes. And Steve, you win. Good Friday, 9 to 7.
Boom. Good game, George.
Yeah, it's a close one, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Take it easy, pal. Yeah.
Now I bite the dust.
Oh, Steve just keeps rolling.
Yeah, I mean, 2 near perfect 10s today.
So close on both of them.
Yes. So shortly after the start of the Spanish-American War, the U.S. Navy blockaded what island? George got this one correct. It is Cuba.
Oh.
Or Cuba. Whichever way you want to say it.
See, George knows like stuff that means something, and then we know all the other stuff that means nothing.
Good luck with your intelligence trivia knowledge.
Yeah.
Intelligent trivia knowledge.
That's it.
Yeah, but you do know a bunch of dancing reality shows.
But I do know the shows that George Clooney was on at some point.
I know.
You don't need that.
Wasn't there the guy he was like painting things? He would always show up like in like his overalls and like a ladder.
I think that was him on Facts of Life. Yeah.
Someone also said he was on Roseanne. A texter just said, but that wouldn't. They were wondering if that counts. But you said drama.
I said drama.
Yeah.
I was very specific with that because I knew he was in Facts of Life.
And he didn't get famous from Rose. He got famous. I mean, you know what? As much as I can nitpick you, the show he got famous from was ER.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. It's like trying to say like Leonardo DiCaprio got famous from Growing Pains.
But he didn't.
Yeah, I know, right?
It was Ben?
I don't know his name at all, man. I just knew that it was the end of the show for me. Like, I did not like him as that character.
Oh, wow. Look at you hating on Growing Pains.
Well, I didn't hate on Growing Pains. I just hated on when they add stupid new characters that add nothing to this show.
Oh, okay.
Ouch.
Well, say, Cousin Oliver, I think he's looking at you.
Yes, exactly. Congratulations on your win, Steve.
Oh, he was Luke Brower, a homeless student.
Luke Brower. That's so awesome. See, I remember, I don't remember him from Growing Pains. I remember him from Gilbert Grape. What's Eating Gilbert Grape with him and Johnny Depp. What a bizarre movie, but he played that character pretty well, I have to say.
Was that movie What's Eating Gilbert Grape after Edward Scissorhands?
I think it was, yes.
Because I think that was the last Johnny Depp movie I've ever seen.
Really? The Gilbert Grape movie was the last one?
Yeah.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, and not like after seeing the movie, I'm like, I will never see another Johnny Depp film. I just never been interested in it. Oh, no, Secret Window, I think, might be the last Johnny Depp film I've seen.
Oh, okay. I think Tusk was the last Johnny Depp film I've seen.
Gilbert Grape was 1993, and Edward Scissorhands was 1990.
Oh, okay.
There you go, 3 years later.
And Secret Window was probably after all those, right?
Yeah, that was when I was in high school, so 2005, 4-ish?
Okay.
4.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, after that.
Wow.
No more Johnny Depp.
So you haven't watched any of the Pirates movies?
Nope. He hasn't. But I think Tusk is the last one because he was a cameo or guest star in that weird Kevin Smith movie, which I still actually, I'll never want to watch again, but I'm happy I watched it because in a weird way, I really thought this is actually a cool movie, but it's hard to watch. It's so nuts.
And he reprised that character in Yoga Hosers as well.
Oh, I haven't seen Yoga Hosers yet. Okay.
You never saw Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Oh,
you did. I think you did.
Say, that surprised me that you.
No, I have seen that. You're right. That was after Secret Window.
That was 1998. But it was 1998 because you originally said. Yeah.
Yes, I have seen that.
Okay, so then you're still right, Steve. Is that right?
Still right.
Okay,
but I haven't seen any of the Pirates movies.
Yeah,
and I don't know if I'd hate them. I'm sure I'd be very entertained by them. Maybe that's something we need to do is watch those.
Ooh,
the first one I think you'd enjoy.
I think he definitely would like the first one. I think after, he might like the second and third one. I'll give you a heads up. They're basically one big movie split in two.
Part 1 and Part 2 kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So and that always works out well, doesn't it?
I mean, I think you'll definitely be entertained. I'm not going to say you like it, but you will be entertained by the first one, and it's on Disney Plus.
And the Kraken comes in the second movie, so you get to see the big Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
Oh yeah.
Now I need to watch it. Now that we have a hockey team.
Yeah.
All right. So bets on Steve watching any of these movies. Over under is
someday. It all depends on if my wife has seen them. And I don't know if she has or hasn't.
I was going to go, how old's Tatum? She's 2, so give her him 11 years and he'll watch it.
Yeah. But if my wife has not seen the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, I think it would, because right now we're just trying to find any movie that's not direct to Netflix. And we haven't been very successful with those. So maybe this is something that we should check out.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you, sir.
Okay, thanks. I needed it.
Good luck to you. All right, we got a Seahawks legend and Hall of Famer and, of course, a good friend of our show. Our bud, Walter Jones. He's going to join us at 9:19 on The Rock.
Walter Jones. You said Walter Joins.
Did I say Walter Joins?
Yes.
Oh, Walter Joins us. Oh, sorry, Walter. Big Walt's going to be on the show.
That's right.
At 9:19.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. 99.9
KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
BJ, always great having our next guest on. A true great for the Seahawks, an NFL Hall of Famer. Please welcome to the show, Walter Jones.
Walt, good to have you back, buddy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me on, man. It's an honor to be here with you guys.
Oh, man.
It's been too long, Walt. We miss you.
You know, the guy that's the Ring of Honor guy says it's an honor to be with us. You know what I mean? What a gentleman. Because, let's be honest, Steve. I mean, it's an honor for us to be with him. Walt, it's always good to talk to you, of course, and we do it this time of year because of 96 Check, which, it's, Walt, I'm glad you do this because I sometimes forget to check on people, and at least once a year somebody reminds me to do so.
That's true. I want to, once again, I want to thank you guys for letting me get on here to put the word out. 96 Check is something that I've been, it's something dear to my heart that I've been doing for the last couple of years now, where I try to inform guys to check on people. A lot of times I was all about checking on former players, guys that you play with. But like you said, it's all about just reminding people that out in the workforce. We get so busy in our life that we forget sometimes. So it's just all about just checking in on people and seeing how they're doing. Even though they might not give you a lot of information, but you want to let those people know, or people that you play with, that, hey, I'm thinking about you, and just checking up on you and seeing how you're doing.
Well, it hits home a lot for us wrestling fans, because sadly a couple of days ago there was a wrestler that was around for a while by the name of Daphne, and she went on Instagram talking about how alone she felt, and unfortunately they found her later on that night no longer with us, and it was just a terrible story, and it was just like so powerful because so many people cared about her, but at that moment in her life she felt like she was so alone. So when you're saying stuff like that, it's like, oh man, you're absolutely right, man. You got to think about those around you that maybe wouldn't reach out to you, but you should just check up on them, make sure and let them know that they're not alone and that you care about them.
Totally. And I tell people all the time, I think the cool thing about it is that a lot of time when you check in on these guys, they appreciate it then, but then you'll get a text probably 2 or 3 months later, a guy say, man, I definitely need that. I was in a bad situation. They didn't even go into details of what they was going through. But the fact, like you said, sometimes when, I think we all go through those moments of where you feel like you're alone, and then you get that one call from somebody. For me personally, it's my mom. A lot of, me and my mom, we're, sometimes you've been in relationships, you see people, how they deal with their mom. Some people talk to their mom every day. We was never built on talking to my mom every day, but now that we're much older, we make it more a privilege to talk. But I'm saying for her to call when those moments are when you're thinking like, man, I need to talk to someone that definitely believe in me, and it be my mom. So anytime I can call a guy and hopefully I can get them over the hump, or just let them know that I appreciate the time that I spent with you, and I'm just checking up on you.
So we're talking to the GOAT, at least by a lot of people's opinions, the greatest to ever play the position, Walter Jones, Ring of Honor, Hall of Famer. And Walter, it's called, Walt, it's called 96 Check, and of course it happens on September 6th, and there is a specific reason why you do that. How did this all start?
It all started from my best friend, my bud, my playmate, Cortez Kennedy. I think everybody know Cortez Kennedy, played for the Seattle Seahawks, a Seahawk legend, a Hall of Famer, probably one of Mr. Seahawks of this organization, somebody that everybody endeared, everybody loved. So what Tez would do for me is like, Tez would, when I was playing with Tez would call me in the middle of the night, man. Like it'll be in the off season. Tez lived in Florida, and I was still out here in Seattle. He'll call me at 3 a.m. I'm talking about it could be 2 a.m. Seattle time. So you trying to put those? Okay, that's 5 a.m. Why Tez calling me? And he'll just say, hey, I'm just calling, checking up on you, man, seeing how you doing, seeing how your family doing. And that was it. There was nothing else. You're always thinking like, you get those calls, there's something wrong, or somebody's asking for something.
Right.
But all he's doing is checking in upon you. And I think that was a cool thing. And that's something that I took from Cortez Kennedy. And then the cool thing about that is the reason why that I wanted to use 96 Check for Cortez Kennedy was that when I met other people that he have met in his life or made friends, that was the number one thing that all of them said the same story, that Cortez would check in upon you at any time of the night. So everybody definitely understand where I come from and behind me on that, and understood that was something that Ted always did.
And I like that, Walt. I like the idea that you get with somebody and it's for no reason, which, like you said, man, when you get a call from somebody you haven't heard from in a while, you figure, oh, there's an agenda. What are these? This person never talks to me. And then, but like you said, Tez started this tradition of just reaching out for no reason but to check up. And I like that, man. I do want to do that more in my life.
That's totally. And I think I tell people all the time that the cool thing about Ted that he taught me was when I was watching, a lot of time when you come in this league, it's all about watching the veteran guys. And I've watched Ted from day one. And I think the cool thing about Ted that was, he pulled me to the side one day and he told me, he said, well, hey, get to know everybody upstairs too. And, people, there's so many people that work behind the scene that we don't know. That's in any job. You got people that work behind the scene. So you want to let those people know that you appreciate them too. So I tell you, that's another reason why I use Cortez Kittle with 96 Check is that he showed that there are so many other parts to this organization instead of us just playing football. So for me personally, I got a chance to get to know the upstairs staffers, as we call them, to get to know them and let them know that I appreciate them and that they are part of the team too. So that was pretty cool for me to watch that with Cortez Kittle and continue to keep doing that myself when I'm out and about or whenever I'm at the Seahawks complex.
You can talk about some of your old teammates and other people in the world of management. Just a few weeks ago, we learned that Matt Hasselbeck and Mike Holmgren are going to be inducted into the Ring of Honor over with the Seahawks, which is such a high honor, and that's something that you're a part of. Do you have favorite memories of either of those guys and any fun stories that you could share about Matt or Mike?
You know what? The cool thing, both guys are well deserved. I think it's pretty cool for us, especially with the Seahawks. We've been around for a long time, but still, again, we still set the standard of what we believe in and what a great player. So anytime you can get more players to be recognized by the Seattle Seahawks, I think that's awesome. So when you go out and about now, your group is growing. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, to be a part of that guy, being a part with Coach Holmgren, played for him for 10 years. He came in here and changed the culture, kind of changed the standard. You know what I'm saying? And I think Hasselbeck was the same way. I think a lot of times you look at, what it takes to be a successful team, and that had to be the quarterback. And when Coach Holmgren brought Matt Hasselbeck in, he was playing good in preseason, but he was unknown for us. But for him to come in here and change the culture and believe in what Coach Holmgren was preaching, and he kind of put it all over the team, and Matt Hasselbeck did a great job of doing that. So both guys are well deserved to be in the Ring of Honor. It's just two more guys to represent the Seattle Seahawks, and I think that's what you want.
If the Seahawks call you up and say, all right, Walt, you're going to pick the next person after those two to go into the Ring of Honor, who would you put?
Wow.
Man, that's a tough call. You know what? I think for me personally, I would go with probably Max Strong. Max Strong, a guy that played for his entire career here, a fan favorite. Always fullbacks. They come in and do their job and never complain. So you have to look at Matt. If I had to pick another guy that would go up there, somebody that definitely amplifies the Seattle Seahawks is Matt Strong.
That's a good call.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, that's a very, very good call. And you know what,
Thanks
man?
for putting me on the spot.
I had to. I was thinking Trufant, but when you say Max Strong, you're like, absolutely. Those are like guys. Man, what a fun group of guys over the years.
Hey, we appreciate you saying it because, you're right. You don't like to say, look, I think this guy is better than that guy because, everybody plays their ass off and you always have a good thing to say about everybody. But I think, I don't think anybody could argue with what you said about Mac. There's just no way.
Oh, definitely not. I think if you say Max Strong, I think everybody knows that name. So I'm thinking to see a guy like that in the Ring of Honor would be pretty amazing. Anybody that get in there is well deserved. Like you said, you can name so many guys because the Ring of Honor is something that you gave back to the team. It's not about worldwide. It's about what the team feels. So for me personally, you have to look at those guys that kind of changed the game, or especially with Max Strong. He played his entire career here in Seattle. So for me personally, that's who I feel it probably should be the next guy. But I don't have control of that. But anybody that get up there is well deserved.
Yeah, well, Walt, I think also which is about your administration and Mike Holmgren and Matt Hasselbeck. They showed us what winning football looks like, and you guys taking us to our first Super Bowl, and basically now the expectation level. You just now the whole organization knows, man. You gotta give it to us at that level. You've got to, and there's a lot of sports out there where you just see in a lot of franchises that's not the case. For whatever reason, and yet once it happens, then guys like you, I take my hat off to you because we know what this team was before you and Mike Holmgren and Matt Hasselbeck, and you guys did what you did, and it seems like this team has never looked back after you guys started it all, in my opinion.
Oh, I think so. I think we set the standard. I think Mike Holmgren came in here and set the standard. I think the cool thing about it when there was nobody that was fighting against what Mike Holmgren was featuring. I think we bought in. And you see the great teams, once they buy in and understand that, once you walk between those lines, we all in this together. So I think once we figure that out and figure, hey, what is good football, the sky's the limit. I think a lot of times I tell people all the time, especially with my position, I tell people all the time, I hate it for the guys now because now the fact that what I was able to do, what Hutch, what Robbie Toback, Chris Gray, guys now understand, fans understand what is good offensive line play. So I totally appreciate that part of it because now you give people another reason to watch the game because now people can question you about the offensive line. People can look at teams and realize what is bad offensive line play and what is good offensive line play. So I think that's cool for the game because now you're always watching the quarterbacks, you're watching the receivers, the running backs. Now I think a lot of people come to the games and they watch offensive line. I had people tell me multiple times, my dad came to the game to watch you. So for me personally, I think that's pretty cool because now we have changed the standard of watching football. Now you see video games and everything. So I think for us in the Seattle Seahawks, we just have to continue to keep improving and continue to set the standard. The standard is set. If we don't get to the Super Bowl, it's considered a failure now. And like you said before, then it was all about how many wins we're going to get to decide if it's going to be a failure season. This year, now it's all about what we're going to get in the playoff, and we got a chance to win the Super Bowl.
And we're talking to Big Walt, number 71, Seahawk, great player. And Walt, let's talk about this season. It's kind of snuck up on me, to be honest with you. And here it is. We're gonna, a week from this Sunday, the first game, and just like last year, don't know what to make of this group of Seattle Seahawks. And I'm not too sure a quick start is a good or bad thing anymore in this game. We had a great start last season, and as it turned out, didn't go the way we wanted. What are you thinking of this team? And maybe, you can tell us maybe a little different from what you thought of, last year's team and what we can look at from this year's team.
I think the cool thing about this year, we're going to have fans in the stands, so I think that's going to change the aspects of the game for a lot of teams, because a lot of teams can play. Some teams, the good teams can play anywhere or play in any circumstance. The young teams, they're used to a certain way of playing games. They used to seeing people in the fans. So you kind of saw the teams that could overcome that and the teams that could not. I think for us at the Seahawks, I think it's all about just getting better every week. I've learned, like you said earlier, when we were talking about earlier about setting the standard. You learn now that, to get to the next level, you have to play great football, but still, again, you can't go on these loser streaks. You see the great team, they might lose a game here, they might lose a game there, but you never see 1 and 2 and 3 games losing streaks there. So I think for the great teams, you just have to stay afloat, and then, you listen to some of the great teams. You really don't know what type of team you got until you get to November anyway. So I think for this team, I think it's all about just getting better. I think the offense is going to be a little quicker, a little faster than the defense, but you never know how that's going to turn out. But, you taking about what's on offense. You got to think about this offense should come out. These guys are veterans now. Russell is a veteran. Everything that happened with Russell all the offseason, you're hoping that everything is smooth and that Russell can come out and play some good football this year and hopefully take this team to the next level, and hopefully, Russell can get his MVP. He's well deserving of it, and just about staying consistent throughout the whole season.
And it's a year 2 offensive coordinator, which it's all. A lot of people don't realize it's always tough when you get a new dude in there.
Oh, it's totally tough. You're trying to learn new terminology. You got a guy that's trying to tell you you've been doing this, and now you want to change you to do this. So I think it's all about being coachable. And I think Russell is.
Is this the first year? Oh, I'm losing my mind.
This is the first year with the offensive coordinator.
So, I think the cool thing about it now, there's not a lot on tape. So I think, we're gonna surprise a couple of teams the first couple of games because we haven't put that much. You watch the preseason games and they really not putting nothing out there. Ain't nobody really putting nothing out there. So I think for us, it's going to be fun to see what this team's going to be in the first 5 games because we're probably going to shock a lot of teams with plays because they haven't saw nothing on film. So. You take advantage of that before you get everything on film, but I think this offense got to be the offense that carries this team this year.
Walt, do I need to start a GoFundMe so we can get Dwayne Brown signed so we don't have to worry about that with the offensive line? Like, what do I need to do?
You might have to, you know what I'm saying? But, I think we're going to need Dwayne if we thinking about doing anything this season. Yes. So hopefully, we see him on the field on Sunday. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully he's out there protecting Russell blindside. I think he definitely need him. I think Russell knows that too. So we'll see what happens. I think Dwayne is great for this offensive lineman. The offensive line, you know, he shows the leadership that everybody needs and the way he goes out there and perform every Sunday.
And dude, before we let you go, Walt, we got a really cool text message. Said, "Hey, let Walt know I've been taking it to heart, and I check in now and then with former employees of mine. I always make sure to do it on September 6th. 96 forever for Cortez from Costco Josh."
Oh, that's awesome! Thank you a lot, Costco Josh. Man, that's pretty amazing, man. I want to say thank you guys for letting me get on here and putting the word out about something that's totally dear to my heart.
Oh, Walt, we're glad to. Again, it's 96 Check, and it is a wonderful initiative started by Walter Jones in honor of Cortez Kennedy's birthday, which happens on September 6th. And it's just checking in on your loved ones, checking in on people you used to, work with and be around, making sure they're okay. And today more than ever is that so necessary. And Big Walt, thanks for starting such a cool thing. We appreciate you, and we appreciate you being here, man.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Thanks a lot. And let everybody know that, hey, it's a holiday, so, you can do 96 checks this weekend or whatever. You don't have to be actually on that date. That's just something I set up. But, check in on your family and friends. And like I said, we're former players. Check on those guys that you play with and see if they're okay with everything that's going on right now. It's okay to check on guys, and that can help guys get over the hump. So, once again, guys, appreciate you letting me come on here.
Take it easy, Walt.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
See ya.
Steve, I can't believe it. I thought it was 2 years ago we made that change. Oh,
No.
Wow. This is going to be
our first year with the new offensive coordinator.
You know what? You're totally right, and I remember now, but it feels like it's been so long. This is going to be an interesting season then, because this could be a much different team in the second half once they really figure it out. But I hope people understand that. You know what? I mean, it's you got to make the adjustment, and like Walt said, it's going to be cool, but it may take a little bit. This could be a very interesting second half team, as far as what people all of a sudden see when they finally get everybody's used to everybody.
You got my eye on you, Shane Waldron. You better step it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Wow.
I know he listens.
I didn't know the threat was out there. Okay.
Now he knows.
Wow.
He's on watch.
Yeah. I'm glad you told me, because I would have been yelling at him in the first game going, "You've been here 5 years. What are you doing? Come on, figure it out." Oh, man. It is. Hey, look at this. It's time for Listeners on the Loose. This is a perfect opportunity for you to pick the topic, for you to guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got your calls. We got your texts at 937 on the Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Your kids will be saying,
"Please 5 more minutes. I can't believe I did that."
And,
"Look how high I can bounce."
Spring Free is the world's safest trampoline, the place where stories are made. The innovative design boasts no springs, so you know you're safe. Go ahead and create the greatest stories you'll tell your friends. We're back in stock. Get it while you can. To learn more about the world's safest trampoline, visit springfreetrampoline.com.
Mom, come watch us.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. You remember, when you say something, say it the way Steve wants you to.
It's a simple rule, BJ, to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. and then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
We have closure from earlier this morning, guys.
Oh, really?
This text says, Steve, this is Chris from earlier, from Beat Miggs. I just re-listened to today's podcast, and I didn't hear you ask if Katie was a good teacher. She was an amazing teacher who really helped kids get inspired for music. Easily in the Mount Rushmore for teachers.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
okay.
good. I was worried about that.
Yeah.
Because he said that we played someone named Katie and Beat Miggs the other day, and then he called in this morning to play that. It's funny I'm on because my old teacher, my choir teacher, was on, and I asked if she was a good teacher, and he didn't respond. So I thought, uh-oh.
Yeah, I feel like he needed time for that response, and he finally got it to us.
Well, you said closure, and I got really excited because I thought somebody found the clip where BJ said he went to prom with his
my God. Dude, I swear.
I was so excited.
I would give $20 out of my own pocket to get that audio. I know it exists.
I know.
It does
and
not
BJ
exist.
thinks that we're making this up, but I am positive. I'm willing to go. I will go to my grave. I mean, I will put that on my headstone, and it will say, "Here lies Steve Miggs, whatever to whatever."
Yeah.
His coworker
It's
and
not
friend
there.
BJ.
I mean, and nobody's really in droves said they know this story. It's just a couple of your trolls who, and that's it.
Us.
Well, you people are again trolling each other to the point where you're believing in things that aren't true.
Like the Mandela effect, you think it is?
Exactly.
No.
I've got pictures of the person I went to the prom with. It's my first love.
Maybe it was
in
like
high
junior
school.
prom or like Tolo. I can't remember
I didn't go to Tolo's. I didn't even know what a Tolo was.
Sadie Hawkins.
It could have been that. Damn,
Nah, man. I mean, I've told the story about how it was a bad thing because she came in with the same dress as somebody else and ruined the whole prom because she was mad. And I tried to say, yeah, but she doesn't look as good as you in the dress. That didn't work. Nothing worked.
I swear, one day we will get that audio, and I'll be $20 poorer, and it'll be worth every penny.
Oh, right? I can't wait. I believe me, for $20, I wish I could find something because I want your money.
Hey, so another good question. Do you guys know if the Kraken announcers are going to explain the game of hockey to us so that us rookies know what's going on? I got to imagine that they'll probably be a little bit more, especially in the beginning, explaining certain rules and penalties and why the whistle is blown. I would think so. I also recommend that. I've said it before, and it sounds like I'm joking, but I'm not. It's actually a really easy way to learn some of the basic nuances of hockey is to just search on YouTube, Snoop Dogg 101 Hockey. Snoop Dogg, yes.
Have we posted that on the BJ and Miggs page before? Okay.
We have.
Yeah.
It's like 8 episodes. They're each 2 to 3 minutes long. And it really tells you what icing is, offside, some of the fun little traditions about hockey. He does a great job with it. But I'd imagine that Root Sports is going to probably be pretty, they're going to explain certain things throughout the season.
It's interesting, Steve, because it's not like pro football. Like I don't remember the Jacksonville Jaguar announcers. Of course they didn't because it was always the national broadcast, so it didn't matter.
Yep.
For the local stuff, I've never been part of an inaugural team to know if they do that kind of thing.
And John Forsland, who's the main announcer, he's great. Like, we really lucked out to have that guy as our TV announcer. That guy is good.
He was, and he was a great guy to have on the show too. Yeah. So I really, they got a good team, and Fitz on the radio.
Everett Fitzhugh. Yep.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, they
JT Brown, they're the color analyst. He's going to be great as well, former player. That's always what you want to get that kind of perspective. We'll have to get John Forsland back on before the season starts.
I feel like that's a good idea.
And we could ask him point blank, put the pressure on him.
That's it's a great question.
Yeah.
And how many games will they do that? Because look, you can't expect that everybody is just going to all watch one game and get hockey. Like, are they going to do it for the first couple games or, sprinkle it in every once in a while? It's got to be tough. When you, I don't think John's ever done it either. Has he ever been an inaugural hockey announcer? So, I mean, it's a lot of good. Those are good questions.
I got to imagine the first couple games are maybe a little bit more detailed in your explanation. Then maybe it becomes a little more casual. And honestly, I truly believe that if you just watch hockey a couple times, you'll get the basic gist of how the game works. It's not as complicated as some might think. There's a couple main rules.
It's not.
But after that, really, the guy's trying to put a puck in the net. That's really as long as you got that.
It's the speed of, I always
That's
don't
the
catch.
rule.
All right, cool, thanks.
Thanks, buddy.
Everything will come. It'll come as the season goes along.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome, though. I can't wait.
So where's the puck got to go again?
In the net.
Oh, in the net. Okay.
Yes.
There you go.
All right. Here's a question that's very serious.
Yes, sir.
This person is a simple but hard question: is the Kool-Aid Man the jar or the liquid? I've been thinking about this for years.
The liquid's his blood, which is why it's,
yeah.
I mean, when you drink it, you're a vampire.
Yeah, it's the Kool-Aid Man.
So the jar is like his skin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
his
think
body.
about it. You've got liquid inside you, and what's holding it? The jar, the Steve jar.
Yeah, but could the liquid inside of that pop into another jar when it'd still be the Kool-Aid Man?
Oh, that's a really good question because I feel like the jar
is the
makes
liquid
it.
magical, and is that what activates the
Or is it
pitcher?
the jar?
I think it's the jar because there was this commercial a while back where it's him waking up, getting ready, and he's just a jar of water.
Oh, right.
And he picked his flavor. So he's the jar of water.
So the liquid is almost like his hair, and he's like dyeing his hair.
Yeah. Or his clothes, outfit for the day.
I never saw this commercial before, but Vicky's showing it to me, and it's true. He's naked. He goes down to the kitchen naked, and then he's got to make himself up.
And for a guy with thumbs, you think you figure out how to open up a door?
So just smashing through, right? Jeez.
Yeah, well, you know how it is. You can only have if you invite him into your house, you're going to need a new house.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm glad we got to the bottom of that. Somebody want to bring up the whole McDonald's characters controversy that we were talking about earlier about the fact that we don't see them much anymore.
Yeah.
And the HR Puffin stuff sued them, I guess, because they're very similar, Grimace especially. So he says McDonald's paid the Crofts, is it? City Marty Croft.
That's right, yeah.
More than $1 million in damages back in 1977, which killed McDonald Land. And Ronald McDonald, Grimace, Hamburglar, and the French Fry Goblins were the only ones left after the case.
Wow. So have they brought Grimace back recently, or is it just old images we see?
Well, I know Grimace had to be around the 80s because I grew up. I remember Grimace. I remember the Chicken McNugget ones, the Fry Guys, Hamburglar, Mayor McCheese. I remember all those guys.
Damn. Seems like $1 million doesn't seem like a lot, but I guess it was back then, which it was
in
a lot.
77, yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad money. I wonder if they ever made that much money off of HR Puff and stuff, Sid and Marty Croft. They probably, what a gold mine for them.
At what point can you bring it back and maybe get in cahoots with the Sid and Marty?
Yeah.
What the hell is Sid and Marty doing these days?
Well, they're probably not with us. I'm thinking maybe they're estates.
That makes this even.
Oh, really? What, did you watch the Bob Ross thing and side with the other guys? Is that what you did? You
haven't.
Well, if you watch Bob Ross, maybe you don't want to side with the people just taking money from people.
Fair.
Okay. All righty.
So it's Mr. Miggs. The new season of Money Heist drops today. Are you excited? Hell yes.
Wow.
I can't believe it's finally here.
Gosh, I gotta plow through season. But I think my wife and I are going to get through a bunch since she's coming up for a couple weeks.
No rush. I'll be here for you when you're ready.
That's a good point. But you'll know stuff that I won't know. I hate that.
I already know stuff that you don't know. You haven't watched.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. That's a good point. But it's new stuff. Like when it's new, I feel like I'm so far behind.
It's still new to you.
I know. All right, time to answer a big question. What do Ryan Castle and the passing lane have in common? I'll tell you at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and the passing lane have in common?
Off center.
Ooh, very off center.
The texture coming in.
Oh, yes?
Steve likes to be in both of them without paying.
Wow. You have to pay to be in the passing lane?
Yeah, that's the HOV lane.
That's the HO. Yeah, that's not the.
And that's not every HOV lane.
Right, and I pay now.
That was a stretch. That was a stretch, Texter.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Both are adored by. Oh man, that's wrong.
No, what? Oh, wow! Can't even say it. Wow. Okay, that's. I really wonder what that was. Wow. Well,
Can you give us a hint?
We got a.
No.
So there's a survey. People were asked, "Hey, when you're in the highway, what should the left lane be used for? Is it people who want to drive fast, or is it just for passing people?" Hey, guess what? The most popular answer was
the wrong.
Both. Woo! Congratulations, people in polls. Yeah, I mean, 40% said it's for driving fast or passing, and 36% said it was only be used for passing. So the 40% said it's for both, 36% said no, just for passing, and then 13%, no, it's totally driving fast, buddy. Come on.
Yeah, but if you live in Washington State, it's also for driving slow with your right turn signal on.
Yes.
While texting.
Of course. Hey, guess who's got a 12-pack?
That's me.
Yeah, it's that guy right over there, Ryan Castle. He's next.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
Paul Simon's the half of the song-writing duo that did the original Sound of Silence that, Disturbed is covered.
Forever thanked him for that.
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah. But there would be... You know what? Do not get us in trouble, Steve. You understand me?
Paul Simon's going to come and get us on that. I can't control how you guys react to my heartfelt statements.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. If I call Travis, will I actually see him or someone who works for him?
Absolutely. When you come in to see my office, when you first call in, my staff will try to help you with any basic questions that you have. I can give you a call back, but they'll usually try to schedule you for a free consultation with me, the attorney, and I'll meet with you personally. We'll talk about the basics of your case, and I'll take you through a question and answer session that an interview that usually lasts about 30 minutes. We'll get the basics of your financial situation. I can answer your questions, and we can talk about whether bankruptcy makes sense, your non-bankruptcy options, and how bankruptcy could affect you, what the process is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.